And another thing is like,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, since it's an A minor that goes like, you can like if you just think about this thing that's happening, that is just goes. That means you can actually move a phrase exactly as you move the chords. So you're
Like,
moving it in like a half step there, and then another half step. So that means you could do like
oh,
that.
that's
You know what
nasty.
I'm saying?
That's nasty. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, that's
it's the same thing
yeah,
that's
yeah,
happening here,
yeah.
but you're just like it's the
Oh
same thing.
no. Yeah.
You're literally using the same kind of like thinking, and that's like, I mean, of course it works. It's just the same kind of like thing that's happening, and that's also like a thing I would like start thinking about, like what's happening. Is that just a phrase? If that's just going like half step to there, half step to there, but maybe my phrase can do the same. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And yeah, so exactly like if you want to like talk about the thing we talked about earlier, like you can do like,
Wait.
and that's you can literally just play a pentatonic that moves. So so if you start, just do whatever phrase you like. Actually, if you can like make it, yeah. So do whatever A minor pentatonic phrase you like.
Uh. So here. Let's do like I guess that,
Yeah. Then you
and then
move it a half, and
and
then
then
one more. Yeah.
like that.
So that's a way of to like play over the first few bars of Sunny. You can do like that kind of thing.
Yeah. Dun, 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 dun.
Exactly. Whatever you learn on the first chord, like whatever phrase you play, like whatever A minor phrase you learn,
Yeah.
you can just move it a half step and then one more half step. So it follows the chords. So
Nasty.
it doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
gonna work, you know? And that's a real nice thing to just like think about, I think.
That's cool. Do you have any? Okay. I didn't go to music school, but I did a lot of research on like permutations or like something of the sort. Like, do you have like licks that I could probably like
Yeah.
just draw inspiration from so that at least like I
Yeah.
have like I could
100%.
I learned a lick and then now like if I wanted to if I wanted to flat one of the notes or if I wanted to, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you one of those.
Yeah. Uh, so what you're saying is you want a lick basically, which you can like work with. What did you mean with like flatting the note? Like if it's like
Well, what I mean is like just a starting point, I
yeah,
guess. Something to be like, okay, like at least I know how to play this. And if I can't think of something in the moment, you know what
yeah,
I mean?
yeah, sure. So what I did, which I think worked really well, was I actually learned like a few minor phrases that were really like close to each other. Like they sounded very similar, all of them.
Okay.
Um, and I guess for the like, I would like do something like that kind of thing. I really like that sound.
So you
Yeah, exactly.
okay. Because you're like in this da, 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 da. Got it. Okay.
Yeah. So this is like see how you can like, so that's the like the leg, oh, and then if you go back, so you can do like, even you can even add that note. You can like, you see how that like, it always like builds own lines by knowing that. So
yeah.
So I'd say that's a very good line to like start with. Like, did you get it?
Yeah, so like for example, like oh, that's still A minor. So you're like dun, 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 dun. I guess I'd have to experiment with it.
The same like concept we talked about earlier. You could like do this kind of thing. You see?
Like that?
Yeah, and then you're just moving it like in half steps. So you're just doing the exact same thing, but just a half step down.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just to follow this.
Yeah, exactly.
So what happens when you come back up? Because you're going to C, you're doing a C7 after F, or not like right before the F.
Yeah. So you're wondering what to do with C7?
Right.
You know, I'm really not a strong believer of like changing scales every time, like every time you kind of like switch chord, because the C7 and the G minor, they're so closely related.
It just makes sense.
So like for me, playing a nice line is just continuing the line I just played, I'd say. So if I'm G minor 7 and I play something like, and then it still works on the C7, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So just like kind of, but I think it more has to do with knowing like this, like the one thing that makes the C7 unique more to the G minor. So they're basically the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
But you could do something like this. If we're just using that lick just to make it easy to like kind of understand it. So you see how that's like the third of C?
Yes.
That's the E.
Right.
I'd say that's like a good thing to like target the third.
Got it. Okay. That's just the main goal.
To target the like, and that's for like if you're like, okay, now I want to actually like, I want to like, I want to play the change of that 5 chord, that C7. Then you have you see? And that like, I think that's like one of the, that's like the best, like one of the things I like to do is just to not switch it up too much. Like when you try, like don't try to think. I mean, you could do stuff, but I don't think knowing like a half whole diminished scale right now on guitar is gonna give you so much. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That stuff will come though, and you will have real fun with it later. But now it's better to just know that okay, playing a G minor formation will be the same as playing. These are basically the same. A G minor and a C7 is basically the same chord. It's just like, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense because at least when I play it on keys, like I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Like I don't move my hands too much when I'm moving between them.
I mean, here's a G minor 9, right?
Right.
Like C with your thumb. You have like a C, like C dominant 11 chord, kinda
Right.
like a C or a C like a C, yeah, like a C 11 13.
Right.
But if you take your C off, it's the thumb off, you now you have a G minor 9. And
Right.
you probably already know this. You're great at chords,
Nah, man, thanks.
but like, yeah, I mean, there's so many things you can like talk about when it comes to that. Even like, having a chord. Since you're so good at chords, you should use that as your like power, as your like strength
Okay.
for the soloing stuff.
How would
So
I do that?
I'd say take the highest note of the chord
Mm-hmm.
and do something from that. So that's what you hear from like Isaiah Sharkey and those guys. They really like they really like use the chord, and then when they like start the phrase when they play like they're up. So you could like, imagine doing like something like this.
Uh, uh,
You know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm.
And that's just so like from Sunny, or like Sunny. So that's like a nice thing to like being able to play phrases from the chords. So you can
Mm.
like maybe so you don't have like the thing of like how many people it's like almost they're